Well, hi YouTube, Brian James at Micro Four Thirds Guy with you once again, and this afternoon I'm out at the fabulous Torquay Tarn, this glacial lake in North Cumbria, which I just find so peaceful and so calming. And this is a second video. It's a follow-up one, so it's not a photography video, but I got such a good response to the video, the first one about getting an Irish citizenship and how the process was, that I did promise a lot of the people who watched that video that I'd come back on and give them an update when something happened. Well, it's happened, and it's creating something of a major change in my road to emigrating out to the beautiful island of Cyprus in the Eastern Mediterranean. So I found about Cyprus, it's the only EU country which is actually in Asia, because it's the meeting of three continents: North Africa, Europe and Asia, and Cyprus is officially an Asian country, which makes it quite interesting in itself. However, if you remember, there's a link above if you want to see the original video, or just look back a few weeks. I'd started a process because I found out that my grandmother was born on the island of Ireland. In fact, what's now Éire, or Southern Ireland, she was born in a little place just outside Castlebar in County Mayo in 1912. At that time, it was part of the UK, it was part of Great Britain, and she came over. Her father was in the British Army at the time, and she was the middle sibling. Her older brothers and sisters were born in Ireland. The younger ones were all born just outside London. And when I was born, nobody had thought of registering me on the Foreign Born Register. And my grandmother never thought about registering my mother on the Foreign Born Register. But I found out that I was technically an Irish citizen. What I needed to do was be registered, which never happened at birth, and have that all validated through. Now, my mother would be 89 this year. And of course, because she was never put on the Foreign Born Register, and my grandmother didn't need to be, she was born in Ireland, but at that time there wasn't an Irish passport or a British passport or UK passport. So she always was just a British citizen, but she was Irish. So when her daughter, my mother, was born, she never thought of even putting her on the Foreign Born Register. So my mother, of course, never got her Irish passport, and the 89 years of history that we would have had up to this point, my mother died when she was 53, unfortunately, but the time that we would have had for these intervening 89 years that my mother would have been around and when she should have been registered, had to be caught up. So I had to get certificates for my grandmother's birth, my grandmother's marriage and death, and send those away so they could identify her properly. And then also for my mother, for her birth, marriage and death, and send those off to the Foreign Born Register in Ireland. It's all done online, it's easy to do. But then, of course, you've got 63 years of my history. Now, if I'd been registered straight away, then that wouldn't have been a problem because the history would already be there. So what's happened is not only I had to catch up the 89 years of my mother's history, but also the 63 years of my history, so that it brings it up to date as an Irish citizen to enable me to be put on the Foreign Born Register and doubly checked out and be seen as a full Irish citizen. That now allows me to apply for an Irish passport. So why am I going about Ireland if I'm going to be going to Cyprus? Well, very, very simple. Cyprus is in the EU. Because of Brexit, UK came out of the EU, and that meant that my automatic right to go and live and work in an EU country was taken away. So by getting an Irish passport, I'll become dual nationality, and I'll be able to both live and work as an EU citizen in any EU country, which is great. But the problem is, because of that Brexit, it did start a bit of a rush. Everybody suddenly realised that if they wanted to have the open travel rights, not be restricted to 90 days out of every 180, not be restricted to having to have work visas, if they had Irish ties, which would allow them to be registered as an Irish citizen, then they did it. So from 2016 onwards, there's been a mad rush to do that, and that overwhelmed the Irish government, the Foreign Born Register Office. And at one point there was over 2 years waiting to be able to get registered. Now that's come down, and on the site now it's saying approximately 9 months. Well, I sent my paperwork off, all those birth certificates, plus photographs, plus utility bills to prove who I was, and proof of address and proof of birth, all those sort of things. I sent those off in late November 2023. It's now October, it's now the second week in October 2024. So that's 11 months ago, just short of 11 months ago, I sent them off. I got an acknowledgement from the FBR office, the Foreign Born Register office, on the 12th of December 2023 to say, yes, we've got your paper, an acknowledgement that we're going through with it. Then you hear nothing. There's no way of chasing it up. The only thing they say is on the frequently asked questions on the website, they do tell you that it's approximately a 9-month waiting time now. It's come down from the 2 years, which used to be on the website. But you can't chase it. You can't chase it up. It's a long process. It's an involved process, as far as I know, to basically prove your life and your parents' life. So I've been sitting on tenterhooks because it says approximately 9 months now. 9 months would have made it from their acknowledgement letter the 12th of September. And I've been on tenterhooks because without this, I can't go and have the lifestyle I want. It's a much more difficult way to get into an EU country as a resident. Lots of hoops to jump through. So I've been sitting on tenterhooks because you don't even know if it's going to be approved. Because although you have this belief that you are a foreign-born citizen and worthy of the dual nationality, it's got to be proved. And that's what that period's doing. So I sat and every time, every day I was looking, because I'd been informed that you get an email first to say that you have been accepted or you haven't been accepted, and telling you that they're going to be sending your paperwork, all those forms, they all get returned to you, all those birth certificates get returned to you. Because a birth certificate is expensive. I had to spend a fortune getting proper official copies of birth certificates all the way through. So I spent a considerable amount of money on them. And I waited. And I waited. And I kept on looking at my email every day, and there was nothing with a .ie address in amongst my email until last Friday. Last Friday it came through. Congratulations, the application has been approved, and this allows me now to apply for an Irish passport. It couldn't take about 6 to 8 weeks to get that passport, but it means that I am officially an Irish citizen, which means I have dual nationality now. So I'm half Irish and half UK, British. Really want to know, I'm English, and I'm very proud to be English. But I'm also Irish too, so that's came through. And I've started another channel. If you're interested in my journey, I've started another channel, which you'll see at the end of this video. So keep watching right to the end, and you'll see that there's links on that, which is my path to Paphos. And I'm taking you through all the steps from where I am at the moment, and telling you about why I want to leave the UK, why I want to go to Cyprus, what I'm looking at there, and also taking you through the full story of how it goes. Keep watching at the end, there's a link, and if you want to join that channel, I'd love to have you on there. And again, don't forget, give me a thumbs up, watch the videos, they're going to be coming out regularly. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to it, because again, it's free on that, because that's also, any monetization on that is going to be going towards getting me to Cyprus. So yes, I got the form. I can't show you the form because there's so much personal detail on the form that it would be a bit silly, including the photographs and things. But the form came through this morning. So I got the message to say it was being delivered last week. I got it by recorded mail this morning. I had to go down and sign for it. And I got it through this morning. And the joy I had on that is unbelievable. Now, one of the things I'm really wanting to do is I want to get across to Ireland at some point before I start my full passage to Cyprus.
You'll never get there.
Hello, Steve. Now what I'm wanting to do is I want to get across to Ireland before I go to Cyprus, because I want to go and cross and see, as an Irish citizen, where I came from. So that's part of the journey too. But yes, have a look at this other channel. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited to be bringing you lots of stuff on it. I'm also going to be giving you the update because I'm looking towards February to making the first official moves over to Cyprus. I'll be going off on my own first to lead the way, to try and find the work, to try and find the accommodation, and that's all going to be on my other channel. I'm taking it off this channel because this is my photography channel more than anything else, and I don't want to be disturbing it for the people who aren't interested in the travel to Cyprus. So Path to Paphos it's currently called. There's a link going to be at the end. Please, as I say, join onto it, give it thumbs up, give it likes and watch the videos, and I'd love to see you there and follow my journey. Anyway, that's about the update. For those of you who have been following on the first video about the Irish citizenship, I hope that this has helped you a little bit to give you an idea of the time spans and what's going to happen, because this is where we are. The next thing for me is to go online and just apply for the passport, but that's very much the same as applying for any passport. You've got to get some certified photographs and all that sort of thing. But I don't think I'll make a video on this channel for that one. I'll be making a video on the other channel. But if you're interested in that, I will do a video on how to get the passport. But apart from that, thanks very much for watching this. Thanks very much for all the support you've given me on my path to Paphos. And thanks very much, of course, for all the support that you give me on my regular channel here. Don't forget, on this channel as well, give a big thumbs up to this video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already, because it really, really does help the channel to spread and to grow. But until the next time, keep on looking after yourself, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.